Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We've got brand new content for Hockey Ultimate Team, including a ton of new Nations of Hockey cards, including a new 90 overall as well that we're going to break down like we always do. If you guys enjoy the content, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and give the video a like if you did enjoy it. All right, let's get into it. All right, we'll start things off with the 82 Keandre Miller with booming shot and 1T. Not gonna lie, for an 82 overall card, this one's not half bad. 85 speed and 85 acceleration is pretty awful, but he is 6'5" with 89 body checking with booming shot on. Even without booming shot, he's gonna be able to knock people off the puck very easily. If you are just starting out and you have bronze or you have just base gold cards in your lineup and you're trying to get more cards on your team that you could use, that'll be on the cheaper end. Keandre Miller is probably it. Now, that being said, you're gonna have to pay the base price for whatever Nations of Hockey cards are, and they've been going for like 15K. I wouldn't do that, but if you get him, you could use him. He's not going to be all that terrible for you because he does have some usefulness because of that size. Next, we've got an 82 Ryan Ellis Team Canada card with Protector and Send It. Send It, as you know, I've stated many times, just a useless ability. 86 speed, 86 acceleration on a 5'10 defenseman with 82 body checking. There is a lot of other cards that I would rather have, and much like what I mentioned in my prior video about just the cost of these cards, because everyone wants to put them in their lineup to grind out the games to get the Nations of Hockey collectibles for free, I'd probably sell this card for the value. Again, Keandre Miller is slightly better just because he has some usefulness because it's basically the same skating, it's just much bigger. But Ryan Ellis, this card's not going to play well for you. Matt Zuccarello is up next, the 84 overall with Thief and Big Tipper. I have loved tipping shots home in NHL 23, so much so that it is now going to be my thing. If you watch my stream, it's literally all I go for. I find it hilariously fun. That being said, he's got 90 speed, 90 acceleration, and a mid-80s shot. At 84 overall, he's usable this year because it seems harder to knock smaller players off the puck. Defensively, though, he's a complete liability, but he's playing wing, so it's not really going to be a need for you. And Thief is a really good synergy no matter what. So, not a bad option at the 84 overall Matt Zuccarello. Next, we've got the 84 Lara Stadler, 5'6", from Switzerland with Gladiator and Close Quarters. Close Quarters is a pretty good ability. 86 speed, 85 acceleration at 5'6", though, however, it's going to be awfully tough to use her, unfortunately. Other than that, she's got 94 endurance, so, I mean, she'll be able to stay on the ice for forever, and 89 body checking is not terrible either, but probably a card I would just sell. Miro Heiskanen checks in next, bombarded and in reverse. In reverse, I'm not super big on because I think you just add a bigger advantage when you're going stride for stride with your back to them, which is obviously not how it should be in real hockey, but hey, we're playing a video game. 87 speed, 87 acceleration on him, so he's an okay skater at 6'1". Miro Heiskanen cards have always felt better. They've always felt different. I think back to the Lit versus Grit event, I think in NHL 20 or 21, he was one of the best cards all year round. So his ability or his synergy in bombarded is not very good. I'm not huge on that this year, and in reverse isn't really something that's all that great either. But if you need a middle of the road defenseman, he might be an option for you. Next, from Sweden, we've got the 86 Rasmus Dahlin with Gladiator and Stick 'em Up. 86 speed, 87 acceleration. He has been a very good card this year. At 6'3", his skating is just a little low, but again, his size makes up for that. And Silver Stick 'em Up, it's one of the best defensive abilities in the game right now. He's getting a good shot. Okay, body checking. Again, it's all going to come down to the cost of these Nations of Hockey event cards. They are going to cost a considerable amount because everyone is just trying to, again, there's not even any in the market right now, but he's going to cost a considerable amount just because it's the Nations of Hockey event. I'd probably sell this card and look for other left-handed defensemen. Then we've got the 87 Anze Kopitar. I don't know what it is, but every time they release content, it's like they get stuck on one synergy. He's got bombarded, 85 speed, 85 acceleration. He's always a good center because of his size and face-off rating, but now we've got a bunch of other centermen that are a lot more viable. Like, from this event alone, the 87 Backstrom, I would rather have this Anze Kopitar. Born Leader is okay, but it's as the year goes along, it loses its usefulness, so just keep that in mind. I think that if you are a good player, Division 2 and 1, you play that kind of how the game plays, like meta-wise, just holding onto the puck for forever, he'd be a better player for you than someone that's in Division 3 and below. And then we've got the 90 Leon Draisaitl with Thief. This is essentially Austin Matthews. This is a very good card. Once they fixed his face-off rating and actually made him viable at center with Thief on him, Third Eye is not a very good ability in my opinion, but 88 speed, 88 acceleration at 6'2". He's got a great shot like Matthews does, and good face-off and defensive ratings as well. So this is a very, very viable centerman right now if you are looking for one. I would suspect he falls a little bit lower than what other master set centermen go for, but he is 90 overall. So you're probably looking at like 2, 300,000 coins. I wouldn't pay that, but we'll wait a week and see where he falls, but we'll take a look at his X Factor and see how that looks now. His X Factor currently does get fly the zone, so he's got 90 speed, and then he gets well-rounded in his latest tier. I'm just not big on Draisaitl because the mix, he does have silver unstoppable force, but it's really the only ability that's worth activating on him. I just think that there are far better options, and the cost is starting to get up there, so you've got to keep that in mind, but he's still very good. His value is going to depend in terms of his X Factor if he wins a Team of the Year, which is possible if it is not position locked. I think that there's a real possibility that Draisaitl could get it if they go 3 forwards on top of Matthews and McDavid. Even there's a few other ones as well, but the month, we still have another like 20 days essentially in the month, so we'll have to wait and see how that shakes out. But this is still a half decent one. I would not upgrade though. Like, it's going to start costing a ton, and his skating is just not improving at very high speeds, obviously, because it only goes up by 0.5 each time. So like, if you go from 89 to 90, it's going to cost you 65,000 coins, but his skating stays the same. We've got a new female primetime, Megan Keller from Team USA with booming shot and 1T, the 5'11 left-handed defenseman, 89 speed, 92 acceleration. The shot power is just awfully bad. I've talked about this before. If they would just figure out a way to get the shot power up, I mean, they tried with booming shot, I guess, and I guess silver 1T. To be honest, of all of them, this is probably the most unique way to do it. She's got good body checking, defense awareness. If she's going for like the bare minimum of 89s, this could be an okay card to use, like sneaky, because if you activate that ability and that synergy on her, kind of makes up for the deficiency. So I'd watch over this card. If it falls for the bare minimum price of 89s, I'd probably pull the trigger. Yarmir Jagr also got a prime time. The 50-year-old, an 86 overall, 6'3", 230 with third eye and heart and soul. If you remember back to last year when he got his Master Set player at the beginning of the year, and it was by far the worst card in the game for whatever reason, it's like his stats did not make any sense in terms of his skating. I'm convinced that they put this 86 overall skating on him, 82 speed and acceleration. I don't know why they did this and what the thought process is here, but there's no way that you could use him to any sort of effectiveness. I mean, if they had unstoppable force, at least that'll let you hold on to him because everyone's going to catch up to him. We've got an 87 primetime William Nylander with protector and Schneip, 90 speed, 90 acceleration, 92 agility, and a pretty good shot as well. I've liked Schneip a little bit. Again, I don't think it does much, but I seem to notice it on Pasternak, but it might just be placebo. I have no idea. There's no way to quantify it. This is an all-around half-decent card, and again, if you get him for what the base 87s are going for, that's really what you have to look out for, guys. If cards like this fall to what 87 overalls go for trade-in, if you're thinking in terms of whatever the event is to get collectibles, that's where there could be some value in cards like this. 90 speed is decent at this stage of the game for sure for an 87 overall. We've also got the 86 Patrick Laine, who's a great meta card, again, for the players that are in the higher divisions with Thief, and 87 speed, 86 acceleration is tough, but he's 6'5", 205. So his ability to hold on to the puck is obviously pretty great in that sense, so you've got to be elite at being able to do that. If you're not, and you play that kind of end-to-end style, he's obviously not going to be a card you look for. His shot is always phenomenal, though, so and he does get Thief. Thief is a great synergy all the way around. Anthony Mantha also got a prime time. I have no idea for what. Capitals fans, if you could let me know. I'm not sure what he did to get one, but hey, he's basically the left-handed version of Patrick Laine, so you could run them both with like a fast center, and you might be able to have a really nice, just hold on, grind it out, maybe good defensively because you can knock people off the puck, but again, it is all going to depend on your play style here. Always funny looking at the junior cards that get prime times. This 82 overall Brandon Lisowski, he's got Schneip, 88 speed, 88 acceleration, and 93 agility. Again, if you have just gotten the game, cards like this are going to go for the bare minimum, and like at least you'll get someone with some decent skating. All right, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good one.